So 5 years at the Energy. Had some great times.
Yes.
Some great. I mean, like penalty shootouts to get. That's why I'm going back for 3 or 4 years, and you got finals and winning and playing against Tulsa and the Ranch and all these awesome memories. Sadly, it comes to an end.
Yes.
Like all good things have to. And you're transitioning into a new role. This is within the last 12 months, it's been a huge time for you, right? You married now to a beautiful wife, Allie.
Thank you. Yes.
You have 2 awesome dogs.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
One and now another,
partial.
right?
I know we're partial.
To that
Bought
point,
a house.
You bought a house.
Yeah.
How is the new pup? How is the new pup settling in?
She's a terror so far, but we love it. We love it. I mean, Leonard, our older one, I don't know how much he's enjoying it, but she's full of energy, and they love each other. And, it's pretty fun so far.
Yeah.
It's pretty
fun. So like I said, you get married, you buy a house. I mean, just all this life change that's happening, and then you get to the point that all this is happening before. I guess you know that you're not playing again. Yeah. And now you're transitioning into the agency role.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about that decision.
Yes.
Just time of life that took you down that road.
Of course, yeah. So I firmly believe, and I know physically I could have played a couple more years. Unfortunately, the Energy did not pick up my option. And then subsequently, the offers that I received from other teams just were not worth it to pick up and relocate, right? And
a family now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Destabilize, right? I don't think any success comes from a destabilized home life.
Sure.
And I made the decision along with my wife after talking that the time is right to positively affect the next generation of player.
Gotcha.
Because there is a lot of misinformation out there. There is a lot of over-promising and under-delivering when it comes to agents, right? They'll say, "Hey, Mike, I'm going to take you to Barcelona," and then all of a sudden, what happened to Barcelona?
You land in Barcelona.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're going 4 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
Right.
I take the opposite approach.
Yeah.
Speak with players. Listen, I'm not a miracle worker. Right, I do have a good network of coaches and former teammates who are now coaches, and people that work in the front office that trust me. But again, I am not going to promise anything. So under promise, but over deliver.
Yeah.
Right. Along with not only the players that I've met within the USL, but internationally.
Yeah.
So with representing Puerto Rico, I firmly believe in the Caribbean-based player.
Right.
And now I think the talent is there. Now, can I be the bridge to create that opportunity?
Right. Yeah. And bring that here.
And a positive, like we were talking before we went on air. With Puerto Rico being a Commonwealth of the United States, they do not count as international players, which is a massive feather in their cap, if you will, for employment purposes.
Yeah.
So
because the league limits teams
to I think 7
international
per
players.
roster, and each team is very protective over those those spots, those roster spots. So I think it's the logical next step. I was a part, and I've had to recently obviously step away because of the conflict of interest that is with the USL Players Association.
Gotcha.
That was an undertaking that I've wanted to be a part of forever in standardizing contractual agreements for players in the USL, because the reality is you could share a locker room with a guy who's on 6 figures, and you could share a locker room with a guy who's on a $0 contract.
Yeah.
To this day, it happens. And I firmly believe that if you are good enough to be in a locker room, you're good enough to be compensated for it.
Right, for sure.
And I think without getting too dramatic, I think there have been times where players have been on trial for all year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's called exploitation of labor. Right. That is not, we're just going to give you an opportunity.
It's not an extended.
That's not an extended.
You're being used.
You're being used.
Yeah.
Let's call it like it is. You're being used for numbers in terms of like if whatever drill they're doing it during the right, but. The argument would be, well, they're doing it on their own volition, right? Yeah. But they're taking a risk on themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So who has their back? Nobody has their back.
No one.
No one has their back. So, not looking at this as a savior point of view, but looking at it as, okay, how can I positively affect the next generation?
Yeah.